We're midway through high school football season, but first, there is plenty of news to report on the high school recruiting front. First, the big news, Mario McKinney, the outstanding senior guard from Vashon High School, is headed to the University of Missouri, where he's the first 2019 commitment for Coach Conzo Martin. Mario is one of the top players in the state of Missouri and was one of the favorites for Mr. Basketball in the state. He's an excellent ball player. And the cousin of former Vashon and University of Missouri standout, Jimmy McKinney. Staying with Missouri recruiting, C.J. Boone, an outstanding wide receiver from Parkway North, is headed to the University of Missouri as well to play football. Jacoby Jones, a former McClure North football standout and now a junior college defensive end at Butler County Community College, one of the best in the country, is headed to Oklahoma University. Back to basketball, E.J. Bellinger, an excellent shooting guard from Fort Zumwalt South High School, is committed to Belmont University in Nashville, Tennessee. Bellinger averaged 24 points a game for the Bulldogs. Back to Vashon, where Donyae McCaskill, a senior guard, is committed to the University of Portland. McCaskill is one of the most explosive players in the state of Missouri. Malik Davis, a 5'10 senior point guard from Cardinal Ritter, has committed to Drury University in Springfield, an NCAA Division II national power. And in girls basketball, Yani Curry, an excellent girls player from Francis Howell Central High School, has committed to Toledo University. She led the Spartans to the Class 5 state quarterfinals last year. Congratulations to all these young people choosing their colleges. Of course, you want to keep up with what all the young people are doing in sports. You can check me out on Twitter at EarlAustinJr.com, or excuse me, at EarlAustinJr, hashtag EarlTimeUpdate. Well, you know what's next, folks. It's time for those St. Louis American shout-outs. And of course, we got a couple of basketball players who got a big honor over us recently. They've been chosen to the USA training camp from USA Basketball, which will take place October the 5th through the 7th in Colorado Springs. The first basketball player is Caleb Love out of CBC. He's a junior, one of the top players in the St. Louis area. He's doing an excellent job this year. Had a great summer for Brad Beal Elite's 16U team. He led CBC to the Class 5, a district championship season. Luther Burden, outstanding freshman basketball player from Cardinal Ritter College Prep. He has been also chosen to take part in this USA training camp. He's an excellent young player. He played for the St. Louis Eagles 14U. He's also an excellent football player. Congratulations to both of these young men. USA Basketball, that's a big deal, and we've got a lot of good St. Louis players who have taken part in USA Basketball. And many thanks to Elite Amateur Sports, Dorian Brown, for all this good basketball footage. Now for teams, we got two on the east side we want to recognize. First, the Belleville West Maroons. They're 5-0, having an outstanding season. And the Madison Trojans, also 5-0. They just brought high school football back last season after almost a 30-year hiatus. The Trojans are on their way to making the Illinois State playoffs. Now some players. Mehki Hagens from Cardinal Ritter College Prep, a junior quarterback, last week against Jefferson City Helias, he threw for 479 yards and a state record 8 touchdowns. Yes, 8 touchdowns, a new state record. And he also earned an offer from the University of Missouri for his efforts. Very talented. Another young man, Kyren Williams out of Vianney. He rushed for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns in a victory over Chaminade and 2 more touchdowns in a victory over DeSmet. He's one of the most electrifying players in the state of Missouri. He's headed to Notre Dame. Thank you for Griffin's TV, my man John Edwards, for the footage. Sean Stevens out of Hazelwood Central, a quarterback. He threw for 302 yards and 4 touchdowns in a big win over Hazelwood East. In the big rivalry game for the Hazelwoods, it was homecoming week for the Hawks. Congratulations, Sean. And Sam Sanderson from Pattonville, a senior running back in a big showdown against Kirkwood, rushed for 5 touchdowns in a 42-32 victory for the Pirates. So congratulations to all the St. Louis American shout-out recipients. 3 big games on the docket this weekend. They all take place on Saturday. First on the small schools, MICDS at 5-0, having a great season. They'll host Lutheran North, the small school power in Class 2. That's Saturday at MICDS at 1 p.m. On the east side, Belleville East, the aforementioned Belleville East 5-0 will put that undefeated record to the test as they visit Jordan Stadium in East St. Louis to take on the Flyers. And this game will probably decide the Southwestern Conference Championship. And of course, the big one, at CBC, you have the CBC Cadets, the powerhouse program, #1 ranked in the state of Missouri. They're hosting St. John's College Prep out of Washington, D.C. They are the #4 team in the country by USA Today in their latest national polls. They played a national schedule, a great test for the CBC cadets who are 5-0 and led by great running back Brian Bradford, who's been running wild throughout this season. Can't wait to be at that one. Thanks to Elite Amateur Sports for the Brian Bradford highlight. So once again, another great day of high school football is on the way, and you can keep up with all the action on the STLamerican.com or every Thursday in the St. Louis American.